Right, meow. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Powerstroke Tech Talk podcast. This is number 1414, and we have a newcomer down here in the bottom right, Julian, and we got returners, DS, Matt, homie reeling with Ryan, and yours truly in the middle. We are going to talk about power strokes. We're going to talk about how they affect our life,
really,
how we deal with them every day, and what we're going to do to them. And we're going to talk to Julian. He's never been on the podcast. He's been watching us, and he's going to talk about. We're going to interview him, see what he's got. If he's got a mixture of trucks, if he's got one truck, no trucks, and yeah, where are you calling from? Where are you zooming from? And
we're out here in the yeah, we're out here. I'm out here in West Texas.
Cool.
Right outside of El Paso.
Hell yeah.
Down here in Mini Juarez, as I call it. Yeah, that's it. We got a couple trucks.
Couple.
That's
it. Only a couple.
What years you got?
We got an 05, a 17, and two 18s.
Wow. 05, 17, two 18s. Okay, 250, 350s, pickups, cab chassis. What do we got?
250s, two 250s, and two 350s.
Oh, okay. What are you guys using them for?
So the first one, the 6-liter. My dad, he always had diesel. He always had Duramaxes growing up. Whole family, big Chevy people. Right when I was graduating high school, I was like, you know what? I want to get me a diesel too. Started looking around, and all the ones I found were either the ones I could afford, were too far gone, Chevys or GMCs, and the ones that were real nice I couldn't afford. So one of my buddies, so this is how I got it. It's kind of weird. So my best friend, his dad's girlfriend's daughter's husband had an 05 for sale, and the thing was mint, 64,000 original miles.
Damn.
Never had head gaskets, never been off, never done head gaskets, EGR cooler, nothing.
No kidding.
I got it. I had to put an EGR cooler in it, EGR valve, oil cooler. But one of our local dealerships here, one of the head techs, he's got his own garage and he kind of moonlights. So had to pay full price for parts, but got to break on the labor and
word.
Drove it till it hit about 290,000 miles. The tranny was getting iffy, and then I got the little wrench light to come on and blew another oil cooler, and I traded it and I got a 17.
Word. Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah. That's definitely a big skip and a jump. Holy cow. I mean, that's
it was like night and day.
Oh yeah.
I had a tuned 6-liter and a stock 17 was, oh my God, it's the joke was towing the RV. We kind of wondered how the guys were out here pulling these hills at 70 miles an hour, and my truck with temps were creeping up, and and then I got a new truck, and I was like, well, there we go.
That's funny. You're like, oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Interesting.
How many miles you got on the 18s?
18, one's got like 31,000 on it. The other one, I'm not sure. And then on mine, my 17, I got just over 120 on it now.
Okay.
Had it about 2 years.
You guys ever take these things to the dealers or anything?
Yeah. I do my own service work because the dealer here, I know they do it right, but it's simple things like you change the oil in someone's truck and you get in and there's oil all over your steering wheel, and I'm like, damn, I got a King Ranch.
Oh man, yeah, that's not cool, man.
Yeah. I'm like, if it was a work truck, and it was torn out, and that truck's never been cleaned, all right. But
right.
Come on.
Yeah, that's not cool.
Work, but
what kind of oil you guys run down in Texas?
Down in Texas, we run 540.
They run that Texas Texas T.
Sorry, headphone users, but that was a big old whoa right there.
Like,
straight out of the ground.
Like, whoa.
Are you guys doing the Shell Rotilla or Motorcraft? What are you guys running?
I run the Shell Rotella T6. I know there's controversy on it, but
Everybody loves
it's
Shell
no
Rotella
controversy.
it's everybody loves it. I ran Motorcraft 5W40 just because it was on hand, but
well, I'll tell you why I run it. It's good oil. It's approved by Ford. If you go to the fluids and filter website or something like that, it's on their approved list. So anyone tells me, "Oh, you shouldn't be running that. Use this oil." I'm like, listen, Ford says it's okay.
Listen.
Oh, right.
I got it right here.
Yep.
I'm curious if it's like really one MPG better than Motorcraft 5W40.
You know what I think?
I'm gonna call shenanigans.
I mean, it's gonna be mobile, Delvac. I mean, what are the oil companies? They're gonna make it for Ford, so it might have a little more additive, a little more detergent in it. But
Yeah, I can feel you on that.
Yeah.
Going to be
I bet-
met to their,
Right.
you know,
I buy it in the 5-gallon jugs, and down here,
5-gallon jugs. Damn.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
cheaper.
That's the thing about the Shell is it's not that
Damn.
expensive oil. It's probably cheaper.
Yeah,
than,
you just get a big
than
old
Motorcraft.
5-gallon
How
bucket.
how much
Shell
is that?
Rotella. Like $80.
Yeah,
No
I pay
shit.
$75 down here at our regular fleet store because we own a trucking company, so we just get it at the fleet stores. So
Bulk, yeah.
Fleet
Damn.
Pride.
Wow. That's okay. Yeah, we got a Fleet Pride. Yeah.
yeah, it's
Oh, yeah.
cheap. I get almost 2 oil changes out of it. So
And what do you kind of filters you run in Motorcraft or
yeah, I run the Motorcraft, the FL20, whatever.
51? Hell yeah. Okay.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay. Yeah, those are the only ones I'd be
2051S.
using. I mean, I've seen a lot of trucks come in with the, with the Fleet Guard, the Napa ones.
You see
Well,
a lot
that
of
was the
red
thing.
Baldwin filters.
The what?
When I first got the 6-liter, it had the fat oil cap on it, and it was never doing right. And I actually broke the little spring pipe thing on the inside, and I was picking out plastic out of the oil drain, how to take the housing off and everything. And then thankfully for the internet, I'm like, oh, I have the wrong parts. Put it back
Oh,
together.
jeez.
Drove the truck 150,000 miles with no issues.
Wow.
Yeah.
Out of all them trucks you got any mods to them? You got any? They got big tires. You got them deleted. You got subs, lights, missile
Stock
launchers.
trucks, lights, LED headlights, just a replacement bulb. That's it.
No bazookas, no missile launchers.
No, I mean it is Texas, but no.
Okay. That's cool.
He's got the M249 just mounted in the bed, waiting for someone to act up.
You're not supposed to tell people. That's what the tunnel covers for.
Oh,
pops out as I'm
jeez.
standing.
That's funny
Wow.
shit.
I gotta ask though, since you're from Texas, do you have different bumpers on your truck? Because I feel like when I'm down there, everybody does.
Yeah, a lot of people do. I don't. I got stock
Okay.
bumpers.
What's the deal with that? They just like different bumpers on them or what?
Those big Grand Can bumpers.
No, I don't know. I
Yeah.
guess it's just kind of a thing. You're
You
from
got-
Texas, you kind of have to have it.
You got stock wheels?
Stock wheels.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I put shocks on it. That was about it.
What kind of trucking are you doing?
So we do over the road trucking from down here in Texas all the way up to the East Coast. We do
Oh,
New
shit.
Hampshire, Maine, Massachusetts,
What?
PA, New York. Yeah,
You come to Michigan?
every once in a blue moon.
Okay.
Yeah, but we do Virginia all the way up the coast. Don't
Dang.
go up to California. It's not worth it.
What are you hauling?
So you're
So we have dedicated contracts and we pull medical supplies. So everyone bitches about the Rona, but you know what? It's been good to us.
Wow.
wow. So
Hell yeah.
you're using F250s and
No.
350s?
No, we're using Volvo 780s, 18-wheelers.
Oh,
All these
Damn.
are
okay. Wow,
these are our
okay.
personal trucks, and then
These are
kind of
personal
like
trucks,
service
okay.
trucks.
What the hell are you like?
Oh, okay.
Just equipment and supplies and shit?
What do you mean with our trucks?
Yeah, with the 18-wheelers?
No, it's just we service our own. We don't service our own rigs, but
So
the truck breaks
you're
down.
running
you
all
gotta
over
go
the
cross
country. Wow.
Every
okay.
once in a while, yeah, but most of the time it's just
Wow.
back and forth out here in Texas.
Wow.
Because here in
'Cause you rack
Texas,
up
you
so
want to go
many-
somewhere, you got to cross the state. Like,
Right. Yeah.
and I live out here
mean,
in West Texas, so really anything's 8 hours away. You want to go to Dallas, Fort Worth, San Antonio.
Wow.
120,000 miles in 2 years is a lot of miles.
Yeah, drive a lot.
How far in
Work during the
relation to,
week.
how far in
On the
relation to the
weekend,
Mexican border are you?
About 20 miles.
No kidding. Damn,
Yeah.
that's pretty sweet, dude. Wow.
Yeah, well, El Paso is also known as Mini Mexico, man.
Wow. Yeah, I don't never been to Texas.
That's okay. Come to Texas, just don't go to the border.
I
don't
know
like
my
it here.
uncle used to live in Corpus Christi.
Ooh, that's worse than us.
Yeah, I've never been there. Uncle T. UT.
That's where Big Truck Big RV is.
Oh,
Yeah.
are they?
Christie. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
That's a rough area.
It's got a
Damn,
high
dude.
crime rate, but I mean, it's Texas.
A mixture.
Another
It's
guy
a
we gotta
mixture
get
of like
on.
nice. Is it like a mixture of nice areas and some crime?
It's like anything where you guys are. You stay out of downtown, you'll be fine. You
Right.
have the $1 million houses, and then you have the houses that are 40 grand and projects right next to them. It's
Wow.
Trap
yeah.
house.
yeah. You know how one stoplight can go from
Yep.
where there's poverty to the millionaires.
Yep.
It changes in one stoplight. Yeah.
Okay, so I know Texas and everything's big in Texas, but like, what do you know about that Paul Wall?
The what?
That Paul
Wall.
Wall.
That's Houston, man.
Oh, is that Houston?
Yeah.
Oh, what
That's-
I messed it up. What am I talking about? Jeez.
I was gonna
Yeah,
say.
I don't know.
He's
That's like
man,
East
I don't know.
Texas. That's like way. Yeah. We don't associate with those kind of
young.
people.
We,
Too young.
that's funny. That's funny.
Uh,
What kind of repairs have you guys had to bring your trucks into the dealer for? Major stuff, just recall,
When I first got mine, I had an issue with door seals.
door seals?
Yeah, door seals kept leaking. The driver's door leaked water, and the other ones leaked air.
No way.
Wow.
And it took them adjusting the doors and putting inner and outer seals, and then a new door latch on the passenger one, which probably was the freezing latch thing.
Yeah.
Mm.
I think it was starting, and then just it never gets cold enough here for any of that stuff to happen. But
You guys don't get no snow, do you?
yeah, every once in a while we'll get snow, and we'll get a decent amount. We'll get like an inch, maybe half an inch. Yeah,
Amount?
yeah.
Shoot.
Man,
You guys must
listen.
like shut down the whole entire city when that happens.
Oh no, the joke is below 30 degrees, we close schools, man.
Really?
30 degrees and rain, shit. No one goes to work for 5 days.
You guys get a
That's
half inch of snow.
so-
You get a half inch of snow down there, and it's chaos, though.
Oh, yeah,
my
it's like
God.
there'll be roads shut down. There'll be accidents everywhere. It's horrible.
That's hilarious.
dude, that's
you
the
know,
same thing that happens here, though. People don't know. People do not know how to drive in Michigan.
You know what I was funny? As I see on Facebook all the time or on Instagram, you'll see, the little clips of semis like off on the side of the road, and here you got big old duty pulling this semi out, or you got this another dually pulling a big semi out. It's like, oh, Powerstroke, woo woo, pulling these
Well,
things out the snow.
that semi's helping.
Oh, I know, but I'm
The
just
semi-
saying, like,
you
you got
know.
this baby ass pickup truck pulling this
Damn,
18
Sean, don't shit on your own product or anything.
I'll have
It's
to-
like,
yeah,
yeah,
I'm sorry.
That's
Well, I mean,
strong.
when you think of it, it's not necessarily you're pulling it. You just have to put enough so the tires make traction.
Right. The truck's got enough power. It's
Right.
just, is it heavy enough?
Got
And
that
it-
coke.
That's what it really depends on. I had to move my propane.
And gearing too.
All right, so out of your guys, what? You say you guys have 4 6 7s right now?
No, right now we're down to 2. One we sold, the 6-liter we sold. At one time we had 4 for a couple months. But
But you
now we're
haven't
just
had
down
like
to
no oil leaks or anything.
no. But
That is
I got the
surprising.
oil changed out of town, and I had someone strip the the bolt for the oil drain pan.
How they
Well, I
do
guess I
that?
shouldn't say that's
Oh,
surprising.
no,
that
that's
you haven't seen it,
horrible.
'cause all I see is the ones that are leaking, right? So that doesn't count for how many are on the road, really. 'Cause
Well,
there's
I
a
think
lot of
I
67s
think
out
the
there.
fact. Well, I wouldn't be surprised if the guys running the Shell Rotilla 5W40 get less leaks.
You know, I got over
I would
100,000
I would
miles,
say opposite.
and I have a 17, and it's an
Oh,
early build
wow.
truck. My truck was built in January of 17,
Really?
and I no upper oil pan leaks whatsoever.
That's so surprising. I'd
Shell
say a
Rotilla, I
19,
would.
you're more
Check
likely
this out.
to.
I get 2 in one day. 11 through 16 body style, 2 oil leaks. I'm like, oh man. I'm like, all right.
Well,
Both are vacuum
what's interesting
pumps.
about those oil leaks?
Oh, you lucky dog. You know what? You know what I had come through the door yesterday? Oil leak from the rear. And you know how we were just talking about how we never see rear mains leak on these things?
Is that what's leaking?
Yeah.
Dude, you want to come and hopefully make sure it's
Wow.
mine that's leaking too?
Oh, and
Telling you guys need to switch over to
I'm-
this Shell Rotilla, man.
That's
I
got
may
nothing to
have
do with
tried-
it leaking oil.
I didn't share it with you yet, but I tried the method.
Of?
I tried the method, the secret sauce of getting those things down.
Oh yeah. How'd it work out?
Of getting what
Not a
down?
fan. Not a fan.
Of getting what
It
down?
I'm
sounds
gonna
like a
keep doing
lot.
them the
It
same way
sounds
I've
like
done
a
them.
lot. Yeah, it sounds
Oh,
like
doing
a
them
lot
the
of
other way?
messing around, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the other thing is like you do it that way. I mean, you can check the rear main, but now you have all this work to get the trans out.
Matt's talking about an alternative way of changing out the rear main seal for people who don't know what he's talking about.
No, you mean the upper pan,
Way
right?
of,
Yes, that's what? Who?
Yeah, the upper
What?
pan.
I mean, isn't it if you're
Alternate way
gonna
of
do
changing
an
the upper
upper
pan.
pan, you might as well do the rear main anyway?
Well, I mean, yeah,
If
it just
it
is.
needs it.
Because
Yeah.
either way, you're gonna drop a tranny, and this tranny's weigh like what, 900 pounds, something ridiculous like that, close to
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, and it's
Right,
to
Nah,
yeah.
I think when they're wet, they're like more like 400 something, but
no, they're heavier than that. aren't
maybe
they?
400 pounds.
Even with the transfer
I don't
case?
know, they're
Drive, they
aluminum.
weigh 360.
Yeah, but you guys aren't
Are they
driveway
aluminum?
warriors like
Dude,
the rest of us.
transfer case only weighs like 100 pounds.
What?
Well, that engine's
Trannies.
heavy. Maybe the tran's not that heavy. Oh, he's what?
Those girls weigh like what, 1,000 pounds with nothing on them, just the engine alone.
Dang.
Dude, the
I
thing that
mean-
blew my mind away was how light those cylinder heads are.
I just talked to a dude today in Jackson, actually.
Mississippi.
No, Jackson, Michigan.
Oh, we get a lot of school buses from there.
He's doing upper oil pans on his back.
No,
You see,
Oof, buzz
he's
your
like the rest of
girlfriend.
us,
Woof.
driveway
Nope.
warriors, man.
Well, wait a
Mm-mm.
second though. Well, on the topic of upper oil pans, wouldn't that be an issue with the design of the CCV with the filter, and the filter would clog up and cause pressure, which would inadvertently.
Well, not
lead to
necessarily. I mean, if
Not
we had,
necessarily.
yeah, if we had poor sealing surface, it's all about the
we're
preparation.
seeing more of a contributing factor now. Definitely, it's a contributing.
It's a
factor
contributing
now, but,
factor. Yeah.
dude, they've been leaking since 11. Nothing
Yeah.
has changed.
I mean, I would say the fraction
But
of the ones that leak that are the 11 through 12, I think I've probably done one compared to all of the 13 through 19s that I've done, just because the RTV, I'm telling you, the RTV, that TA357 is junk, is garbage. The diesel fuel and the
Dude, I've
oil
done quite
eats
a
that
few
stuff.
11 and 12s.
Have you really?
Done quite a few.
I have.
And you
When
know
I
what I
compare it
do?
to
You wanna know what
mine,
I
I
do?
haven't.
You want to know what I do? I sell the updated oil pan and go with TA31 because I do not trust that press in place gasket.
Everything matches up. Dipstick
Usually when I
thing
pull the
goes
ones
through
down that
everything.
have that. Yeah, you have to do the updated oil cooler.
Oh,
It's
okay.
an 11,
Big deal.
the one that
Big
has
deal.
the stud that goes
Yeah,
through
yeah,
the
yeah,
pan.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, big deal.
But other than that, that's, and most people are like, dude, those upper pants cost nothing now. I think they're 200 something bucks.
Oh wow. Man.
So you might as well do it.
Are you still able to get lower pans? Because I know them boys is on order. On back order.
Oh no. Oh, I think we might have found a pallet of them because we have them. I'm telling you.
Holy shit.
I got a key. I got a key of upper oil pans and lower pans.
Wow.
We got them all.
Wow.
Got
That's
a
crazy.
boatload of FC3Z6 Apple 785Fs also.
I don't know what the deal is with those things, and I really hope that they're not going to come out with some extended coverage and, make it 4 hours to do an upper oil pan and slash everything
Oh, I don't think they're
more
going
than
to.
half. You know what I mean? Like, this isn't something just like they
They
did when they
actually,
came out.
have you looked at the labor times lately for those? They went up.
Oh, have they?
They went up. I mean, it was only like an hour maybe, but they went up.
What? What?
Man, what
He's
a
checking
what a
SLTS right
job!
now.
I am right
What a
now.
job!
Speaking of leaks, have you guys ever had to do rear axle seals? I had that problem.
Oh
on my
yeah.
truck. Is it a
Wow.
common
They're
thing?
more.
'Cause
What year you want,
It's
Matt?
more. I don't know. Do it for like a 19.
Roger that, Echo One.
I do a lot of 19 upper pans lately. A lot. But as far as rear axle seal, I'd say, and I'm sure A-Rod can chime in on this, we see that more on trucks with a Dana axle. So
Oh.
your 450s and 550s
Yeah.
that have like the S110 and the S130. Those seem to leak more, but I think I recently just did a wheel hub seal on like a 17 or an 18.
that's what mine is.
With a
17. I got a
10.5.
250.
Damn, Matt, you were right. No shit.
I told you they went up, and then the other thing is, dude, you get an extra if you do what's the crankcase assembly? 0.9 or something?
Apple 785.
Yeah, so that has been something that I've seen. No, you're looking at a different truck. It should be like 0.9.
I'm looking at a,
Unless they
a
just
19
changed
a
it.
19 350 4x4. 6 Apple 785. 1-1.
Yeah, but are you looking at warranty time or TSB time?
I'm looking at SLTS. Are you talking about a
Yeah,
TSV?
Yeah, go to 192142. I think it's only 0.9. But
19
still,
what?
to keep from boring you other 19-2142. I've memorized all this stuff, and it's unfortunate.
I feel sorry for you, my friend.
But
I write everything down. Oh, yeah.
But I
It's
get away
okay.
with that one because it mentions crankcase pressure.
So if anybody doesn't know what we're talking about, Matt and I have a lot of information at our fingertips. And what I'm about to show you right now is a technical service bulletin that anybody can view. Let's see, screen
This is
share
probably
here.
a maintenance item people don't even really think about either.
Yeah, and it's
Didn't
really
they change this thing for the 20s or what?
So-
Yes.
I don't know if you guys can see this yet. Can you?
Well, they've changed it to some
I have.
degree.
To take the maintenance
Dude,
portion out
another
of it?
thing I was noticing on the 20s now is on the CAC outlet tube, right? Where it makes the bend, where I've been showing you where I've seen them rip a lot, is it's now plastic. Which
Interesting.
surprised me and is very smart.
You guys see this thing on here or no?
How does it make you feel knowing that there are 82 other A-rods in stars?
That is exceptional. Stop share. Did you guys see that come up or
Oh, I
not?
could see
Is
it.
that working?
It
Yeah,
came
I
up,
saw
or what
it.
did
Came
you
up.
Saw it.
what did
Well,
you what'd you show us?
that was the TSB that we were talking about for the crankcase vent. If a customer is complaining about that the vehicle is using oil, or
They had another TSB that mentioned
oil consumption.
the assembly causing extra. I think it might actually be in like the oil leak diagnosis one, the GSB that they put out that mentions that. I think they also had a TSB, but it was quickly removed.
I'm actually making a video tomorrow on it. I have a CCV box that I just took off of I think I was talking to you on the phone. Wasn't I talking to you on the phone? I was talking to somebody on the phone. And I was just taking a turbo off and was replacing, the lower intake. I have to take the lower intake manifold off, but you got to replace the CCV box. And this thing must have weighed, I don't know, at least 10 pounds. It's that heavy. So I can't wait to open it up, take it out, and show you guys what it looks like, all saturated, and how
How much does it usually weigh?
very little. In fact, I'm glad you said that, because I actually got a brand new test filter in the cabinet, and I'll pull that out and compare it, and like show you guys how probably swollen this filter is. And it even was talking about in the workshop manual, because I couldn't find it. It was saying that it is called a coalescent filter, and I didn't know
back.
that. So
Did you guys miss me?
yeah, what happened?
I don't know. I was by myself and I got scared, so I started singing.
That's really weird.
What?
But he's back.
I was singing all by myself. And I thought about Sean and his oil, and it made me really happy. I
Aww.
didn't feel alone anymore. It's like he was right next to me.
I'll tell you
We
what.
argued about it.
Dude, we need to figure it out, man.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say we need to meet up and fight.
No, we need to, you guys need to try the 540. Just try it once. What's the problem? My truck feels a lot better
Yeah,
than it did with
because
1030.
when you go from
It
the
feels way better.
1030 to the 540, your
It smooths
truck
everything
will
out.
idle better.
You
Yes, it smooths everything.
It will
100%.
make your truck
Listen,
run quieter.
It idles better. It doesn't even feel as much like a diesel. It like,
No,
I'm like almost.
I've had people
yeah.
ask me, they go, "Oh, is your truck a gas?" I'm like, "No, that's why I
It
have a
feels
green
almost like a
handle."
gas.
All right,
Yeah.
A-Rod, when you put the oil in that girl, because I watched the whole
no,
55 minutes
Until
beginning to
you've
end.
done it. Until
Did
you've
you
done it.
notice a difference when you
No,
started
until you've
that
done
girl
it.
up?
Until you've done it to your own car.
I don't
Until
know.
you've done it to your own
I'd
car.
have to
it
do
your
it
own
to
Listen,
car.
mine.
come to the
Do it
dark
to your car.
side. Go
Come to
to the
dark
ways
side.
of the T6.
I'll
Oh,
have to
I
check.
see now. Now I've got to try the T6. I've just got Motorcraft 540, and
Yeah,
it's
see,
not as
the
good as it's
Motorcraft
not as good as
stuff,
T6. It's not as
it's
good as
like
T6.
$9 a quart or something like that, and that's even with the
Really?
dealer giving me a good price.
And I don't think it's as good. I don't think it's as
No.
good. You know,
Run the T6. Listen,
I'm gonna try
I've been
it.
running the T6 since I had a 6-liter back in what, 15? Yeah,
No leaks. No leaks, by the way. With no leaks.
120,000 miles, 4,000 and something engine hours.
I wish mine wasn't
What?
leaking.
Dude doesn't even have any oil pan leaks. No oil pan leaks either. Now that I don't know how that could be related.
Matt went away again.
I
I
got
don't know
lucky.
he'll be back. I don't know how the oil pan leaks could be related, but the rear seals and things like that, the seal is dependent on oil in order to survive.
Dude, I
Right.
don't know what's going on right now.
You're back.
You get good connection?
I'm
Just
just going in and out.
Don't waste your connected time.
I'm not going
focus.
to, I guess.
Talking about nonsense.
For the sake of a rear main seal or something like that, oil does matter. If it's not getting oil quick enough or whatever, then
Well, the reason why
eventually-
I went to the T6 is because of the 6-liter days. Because I was running, like regular Delvac 1540, because that's what we use in the big trucks, and it just wasn't in it. And I was getting stiction for the injectors, and the other big guy on YouTube is, Powerstroke Specialties.
Where are you at?
said-
I called you, left you a message.
Oh, good old
Bill.
Bill Hewitt.
Where you at, buddy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
No, but like he said, run the Arch Oil products and Rotella T6 is good. And I went to that, solved all my issues. Speaking of
Are
that,
you running arch oil in the 6.7s?
no, because honestly, I did it once and I didn't notice a difference. But
Right,
because
you don't
I
need
drive
it
my
in
truck a
that.
lot
Yeah.
and we go up to Colorado and Utah, and I've been running this stuff, the arch oil, but it's the winter blend for the anti-gel.
Right.
This
Okay.
stuff,
Yeah.
I get better fuel mileage than I do in the
Right.
summer running this crap.
Wow.
Like I know you want the
okay.
motorcraft stuff, but
wow.
The motorcraft, I haven't
arch
noticed
oil is
anything.
where it's at.
I haven't noticed
I'm
any
calling
improvements at all with the motor. Now, I'll put it to you like this: if I put the fuel additive in the tank, no benefit that it doesn't drive any different. Doesn't get any different MPG. Put that oil in there, drives way better. I don't know about MPG yet, but I haven't.
No, for me, I noticed a difference, but when I drive out here, it's 200-300 miles one way, so I know the
Damn.
Yeah.
difference because I go to the same places. So I know like, hey, I can almost make it there, but then for everything else, I run, the motorcraft, the orange
Yeah.
crap.
Oh,
Motorcraft
boy,
in a
yellow.
trance.
Yeah.
We've
I had the
gone
dealer do that.
yellow.
I didn't want to get on my back and dropped out the transmission pan. I had the dealer do that,
Yeah.
That's cool. That's cool.
but everything else, because my truck was at like 60,000 miles and I was going to do a drain and flush on this coolant, primary and secondary. And how I found old Aaron over here was on YouTube. I was like, you know what? I'm going to DM him on Instagram.
Hell
He
yeah.
responded, I swear, 5 minutes. He's like, oh, you don't have to take the front bumper off to get to the secondary coolant. Cut a socket. I'm like, well, wish I would have known that. And then
Hell
like 3 months later, he makes a video about it.
yeah. That was funny.
Yeah.
Are you still, A-Rod, are you still using the 3/8? Or have you swapped to a quarter for that one?
Oh no, it's a quarter. I can't remember. I think it's 13 that I use, a quarter 13.
Oh,
Yeah, I have a 1/4 inch drive on a short
Lifesaver.
12mm socket that I just cut with a grinder.
Yeah, it's sometimes I thought
dude,
having
I have
what were you
poor
gonna say?
dexterity, so even turning the one on the primary radiator is hard for me. So
I
then
gotta-
one day I was just staring at a socket and I'm like, why don't I just cut a slot in this instead of jamming pliers up in there and trying to twist it?
Yeah. I use pliers for the driver's side, but I grab my socket for the passenger side. It just I don't know.
See, now that I have it, I use it for both.
Oh, do you? No, maybe I'll try it next time.
Well, yeah, because I feel like, with pliers, you can mar it with that. I took a file, made it real nice and smooth. So,
Oh, did you?
yeah.
Hell
So I know
yeah.
it's not going to cut up the plastic because if you ever break that thing, it's the whole radiator you got to replace or take it to a radiator shop and see if they can put new, tanks on the side.
Or something. Yeah.
Yeah. Or a shit ton of JB Weld, man. JB Weld's got me places.
Dang.
You just gotta run to your nearest dealer and find a radiator they got sitting around. Just yank that thing out of there while no one's looking.
What's
All the
the
dealers around here are uptight.
what kind of roads do you got out there? You guys got nice roads? You got bumpy roads? Paved
Yes
roads?
and no.
Yeah.
Some of them are real nice, and then other ones, it's like, damn.
You ain't got a bunch of potholes and shit, do you?
Yeah.
Wow.
All the way out here on 20 until you get to 30, and then where I go a lot, you get into Arkansas, and forget it, man. It's pothole city.
Really? Wow.
One time, I swear, I broke a rim.
Nicer. You'd think it'd be nicer there because there's not as much snow and salt and all that.
No, but the thing is, they only fix the roads every 20 years.
Oh, yeah.
And when they fix them, they just lay like the little 2-foot patch of asphalt where they put that seal coat stuff on it, and then it's like a couple months of heavy truck traffic, and then there you go.
Dunzo.
Yeah, because right here we're close to the border, so they have all the maquilas over there in Juarez in Mexico. So we're like the 3rd busiest port of entry in the country, next to like California and Miami. Like, yeah.
No
And
kidding.
no one really thinks it, but right here in El Paso's, because right over there we have one of the maquilas, Delphi, They make all the wiring harnesses for GM and Ford are made right there at Delphi. Delphi
Really?
Electric.
Wow. Like they're making them things all by hand, you think?
I don't know,
Oh.
but I know they cross them because when we go get loaded, the warehouse is right there. These big ass plastic totes that say Motorcraft with a part number, and
No shit.
I googled one of them, and
I
yeah,
bet
it was
they,
a harness.
I
for
bet
like
they
an
are
escape.
making them by hand.
Wow.
I bet they do make those by hand.
Yeah, I can't say if a robot or a machine making them things, getting all intricate, like putting all them pins and shit in.
Oh,
Right.
dude,
No.
no, there's no way. There's no way.
But I mean, they
enough
come out
harnesses out in a
perfect. So
day.
do you really? They're
By
always
assembly line. You know, one guy's wrapping the same thing all day, and it just comes out perfect, I guess.
I'm gonna find a video. That's my
Wow.
task for tonight. How are wire harnesses made?
Yeah, that would be a good video to talk about because you know what? Like, remember, I don't know, Matt, you probably dumb, even like maybe on your focus, like remember that let's see, what when that was back, probably 7, maybe 8 years ago. Remember when like the 2016s was coming out? Yeah, 13. Okay, so 13 time frame. You know, with the P0106, and you'd have like um the signal return for the map and turbo boost pressure. You ever done that recall or that not recall, but the TSB to check the?
I'm a truck guy, but I do know what you're referring to just because of, the focus groups I'm in.
Yeah. Well,
I
anyway,
always think that's
what
kind
I'm
of
getting at
funny.
is just the poor quality in wire harnesses that we see, not with pin fit, whether it be I guess not how it's assembled in the car because that didn't have anything to do with how they made it, but um, you know, sometimes I've even found. Remember when remember DS when you had that wiring problem, and in the 250, and we thought we had a water leak somewhere, and it's like the susceptibility to how I don't even know if it was how it
That's
was made.
That's an interesting question. Well, we ended up having that water leak, and it didn't short out the harness for a while, for like a year. But then after like a year of it just soaking it, then I started having some speaker issues.
But ever since we took all that
So
apart, though, we haven't had no more issues, though, right?
Well, we tightened up that thing on the roof,
Yeah.
and I haven't gotten the same amount of water, and it dried out, and I haven't had any issues. I don't think.
Wow, that's
Sometimes when
crazy.
I go to start the truck, sometimes it is weird. Like I'll go to start the truck, and how you turn the key and then it fires up. Sometimes it takes a second, and then it fires up.
Like, what do you mean it takes a
But I
second?
don't
Like
know.
you're
I mean,
and then fires up?
no, like you turn the key and you expect the engine to start cranking, but nowadays when you turn the key, you're not directly cranking the engine. It like goes to the computer and cranks, and
Yeah,
then
flicks over like a relay, then
actually
engages the module, then turns the
Yeah.
starter.
it goes through some kind of a module. Sometimes when you hit it, it's like nothing happens for a second, and then it goes to the module, and then it does its thing.
Interesting.
I mean, who knows? All that water that got on that harness, man, I don't know.
Doesn't matter. It's a gas truck. It's not important,
Oh,
Yeah, that one is a gas truck. How did you know it was a gas truck?
Because I do.
He following you,
You
man.
followed me. You saw
No,
my
you
channel.
said it like on the second podcast or something. I've watched like the first 3 of them.
Oh, okay.
Let me
Watched
ask
it
you
like a
something.
week ago. That's how I know.
If you could listen to this on Spotify or Apple, iTunes, whatever you guys call that
Yeah,
crap.
I'll probably listen to
Would
it
you
on
listen to
Apple
it?
Music.
Okay.
Yeah, because then
dude,
I
I've
could
been
lock my
saying
phone.
that from the beginning.
I know.
Yeah, I
It
don't
just
know.
takes
you gotta
time,
keep
man.
it open.
It's
It
coming.
just takes time. It just
Oh,
takes
And then
time.
you got
yeah.
ads on
Yeah,
YouTube.
I know.
Now on Spotify, I don't know if there's any ads on Spotify.
I know
depends.
there's no ads on
I
Apple
don't know.
Music.
No, but you can put this straight on iTunes, and then people can just download it. You can set notifications,
That's probably a good
so every
move.
time it comes up. So like when we record these, We do a video version, and then there's also an audio only recording.
Right.
Well, how about
And
this?
then-
Have you ever thought about getting YouTube Premium?
Yeah, I'm too cheap for that. I spend my money on truck parts.
Dude, the thing
I
that
mean, it's $10 a
the
month.
thing that angers
and it
me
gives you, like-
with
Hey, $10
YouTube
a
and
month is
Google,
fuel additive.
like I spend like $65 a month for Apple TV, right? So I don't have a cable bill or anything. Wouldn't you think they'd give me like YouTube Premium for free?
Well, I mean, YouTube's owned by Google and
Apple or competing.
Apple's on its
Well, no,
own.
that
so, I
that
mean,
doesn't matter. Like I pay for YouTube TV, right?
Oh, okay.
If you pay for YouTube TV, you usually get premium with it.
But I don't have it.
You should.
Do you have ads on your YouTube channel?
Oh yeah, big ads, big ad guy over here.
I mean, you have YouTube TV and so you're not talking about Apple TV. You just have YouTube TV.
Well, no, I have the Apple TV as my interface to play everything on my TV, right?
Okay.
So Apple TV is like a separate app. Anyways, I'm going on a tangent here. I just, I thought maybe. But I need to call my internet provider and yell at them.
I don't know.
Well,
I don't know enough
I don't
about
know.
YouTube.
There's no way I can listen to all those ads. It's been so long that I haven't had it's been probably 5 years since I was on YouTube Red before they changed the name. So I can't go back.
It's kind of like when you crack your phone screen and then you finally fix it, or you get a new phone. You're like, this is weird. This isn't right. Something's wrong.
I don't know what's
I don't
going
feel-
on.
See, me,
What?
if I went and if I didn't have ads, I feel like I'd spend more time on YouTube just
Oh,
because I
yeah.
would have to feel to get my money's worth out of paying for
It's
it.
a real good search engine though. At the same time, without the ads, I don't know if anybody or any other company can beat the YouTube search engine. Like the podcast, you can turn off the screen now, which is kind of silly that they put that in the as part of a subscription. Like just turn off the screen, like that should be a given. But
I feel like
Well,
if
you
it's
know,
over a
I-
10-minute video, they should allow you to lock the screen.
exactly.
They can
But
make more
is-
money off you not doing it. What do you
Well, I
got?
mean, yeah, you know it's a money grab no matter what. You look at it
Yeah.
like
What was in your
you guys
hand
look
that you
back
got?
10 years ago, the only
Max Clean.
subscription you paid for were magazines.
Yeah.
Now everything from TV to books to anything really.
I
But
know
back
it's
to-
something that I want to get on though, because it's a
Convenient.
platform that
Are
I'm
you-
not on. And
Are you suggesting that you might make a Patreon?
I mean, I think, give or take.
Okay.
He will
Yeah,
not
maybe I should start a
divulge.
YouTube channel.
Speaking
So-
of YouTube, this guy is revamping his. So
Oh, you
hopefully
get
by the
out there.
time this drops, I'll have my computer.
I think
Word.
you probably. Oh, you got to get a computer.
Well, I'm on.
What kind of computer? What kind of?
I'm a big Apple guy, and my
Ooh,
MacBook,
right here, yep.
my MacBook took a dump a few years ago, and I never. It's like it's too much to go get it fixed or get a new one. But now I'm like, okay, I miss making videos. I miss making music. I need to get back into that. It keeps me sane, and I get to share.
Yeah, we can do
with
some.
everyone,
We
so-
can do some. We can do some collaborations.
So I think once we're done recording this one, Matt's gonna order my MacBook Pro and a nice big monitor, and
I don't know.
I run
but
an
he-
Asus.
He doesn't have an iPhone.
It's so cheap.
He's still rocking that Galaxy.
Who?
You, Aaron.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah,
Aaron.
I'm always rocking
No,
the Galaxy.
Aaron's
You
don't
need to
do
come
that.
to the dark side.
Never.
Apple and
never.
Rotella T6.
No, I'll do the
You'll
Rotella.
love it.
I'll drink the Rotella before I do no freaking Apple.
Ryan,
Will
what,
you-
Ryan, what
will
are you
you put
running
the-
down there?
Will you put the Rotella in your engine?
Are you iPhone gang?
No.
Hell no.
If I
No,
if I
I got-
buy
I-
you
I-
if I
Samsung
buy the
phones.
oil, will you put it in?
Dude, it's
Nah.
so split. It's like Chevy and Ford.
I see
No,
those
see, me,
AirPods in
I'm-
your ears, and I just got the Samsung ones, and I really like them.
Nah, see, Apple was first though, you know?
That's cool.
I think Apple.
We
think
learned
Apple
we
is
learned
better.
from the Apple mistakes.
I think
Forget
Apple's
Oh,
better.
that hurt.
Okay, but
Apple's
dude,
better.
you can't deny this. Apple like pushes the industry like no one else does on the computer side, at
They're
least.
better.
Yeah, like
They're
Because have
better.
you noticed how everything
better.
is going to USB-C now? Like literally everything.
and everyone gave Apple crap when the
Is
MacBooks
Apple
came out.
did Apple make USB-C? Because I thought Apple phones
They
had-
do.
No,
They have
they
a
have
different charger.
Lightning, but they're
Mhm.
pushing USB-C like crazy now.
They're not even the ones. They're just getting on board with USB-C.
No.
So I don't get that.
On the computer
the
side, they've had
iPhone
it
just-
since like 17, I want to say.
Right.
Yeah, but
the only
that's
ports,
still late. The Windows had USB-C before
the
17.
only
I had
ports on a Mac
I had
now
a Windows.
are USB-C.
I had a.
That's like
I
every
had a
computer now,
Windows-
though.
Really?
No,
I don't know.
bro,
I don't
you
know the
can't-
last time I bought a
You
computer.
can't give Apple credit for USB-C. They didn't make USB-C, and they adapted.
I didn't
it
say they
late.
are. I said they're pushing it.
No, bro. What are you saying, dude?
Pushing
Pushing
it.
it.
They're pushing
They're
the bullets
just-
out like Steven
They're
Seagal.
just
He
getting
doesn't
on
shoot the
board
bullets,
with. They're
pushes
just
the
getting
bullets.
on board with USB-C. Like
See,
what?
I'm so
I
far
don't-
into the
I don't
Apple
know.
ecosystem.
That's why I'm not
that-
getting on board. That's why I'm not touching them.
Wow.
See, I
Apple's
have
better.
the phone, the laptop, the
better.
pad. I have a desktop. I got an iPod. Everything in my house just works.
This guy is
Everything's backed
shitting
up to the
fruit.
cloud.
I'm not getting in. I'm not getting
Wow.
involved.
He's
I'm
got a
not getting
tattoo of
involved.
Bill Gates.
I'm not getting stuck with all the Apple products only.
I'm sorry,
No.
Steve Jobs. My bad.
Hey, I'd
Wrong
rather
guy.
have Steve Jobs
Steve
and Jeff
Gates.
Bezos. That's all I'm saying.
Right?
I'm not getting sucked in. I
Yeah.
know they're
I don't
better,
know.
but
Bezos is going after that electric transit, though.
Oh, is he?
He's
Yeah,
back
but I
and
think
forth.
they've got a deal with Rivian also to do a electric vehicle.
They're so
Wow.
far behind Tesla, though.
I
Come on.
wonder.
Yeah,
I
but,
wonder
You know,
if he's
Ford's
trying to.
been pushing the electrics for a while.
A
Like,
while.
But
15
before Tesla really made it, Ford Motor Company, they've been pushing the electric,
15 years.
especially in Europe. Like in Europe, some of the electric cars are like, damn, they kicked Tesla out of the water. But here in the States, we have the EPA, and EPA will never allow Ford to compete. In my opinion, but you know what? I
Yeah.
know. I'm just a dumb student.
I
college
want to
student, so-
see. I want to see this electric F-150. That is going to be. That's
yeah,
gonna be
with that
cool.
30-amp plug in the bed.
That is going
that's
to be
cool.
cool. I don't even care about
If-
that for a pickup truck, and you're all electric, dude. Come on, man. I want to see.
Well, they've got that one. They've got the plug in the bed now.
I want to
They
see
just
that
don't have
shit.
the all
If they
electric
bring
version.
that over to the Super Duties,
Oh my
game
god.
Now
over
that
for
I would
work
like to
trucks.
have.
I'm telling
Yeah.
you guys,
Now, how-
it's coming.
You're Matt. What do you know, Matt? What do you know?
I have
about
been
this?
on this camp of there will be a new diesel hybrid by
Do you have any?
2025.
Do you have any?
yeah, but how's that hybrid gonna
2025.
run? Because like when I'm towing
How?
31,000 pounds and I put the foot to the floor in my 350,
Mhm.
it pulls.
My foot to the
Well,
floor.
my thing is this: how are they gonna afford?
Have you ever seen a
to-
locomotive?
How are they gonna package electric drivetrain or electric hybrid drivetrain in conjunction with the diesel
Well,
when the diesel is already so expensive?
it's gonna be like a locomotive. Locomotives are diesel powered, but it's a diesel
Yeah, they're-
generator.
That's how it had to
turning
be.
the electric
Yeah,
motor.
that's how.
True.
Maybe that's how they'd have to do it.
Dude,
Maybe they'd
Sean,
have to
this is
eliminate the
literally what they
transmission
just
and-
did with the Power Boost.
No, the Power Boost is a hybrid. The Power Boost
the
doesn't.
Power Boost is considered a full hybrid. It can operate independently or together.
Yes, but it does not. The gas engine drives the wheels. It has very limited use in electric mode. It's not like the engine's charging or providing. just
So then,
electric
how does the
power.
4-wheel drive work? If they're a true
It's
hybrid,
not.
what's
it's
turning what?
not-
What's spinning the tranny?
Yeah, it's a hybrid. It's not like a locomotive like you're talking about.
That is a hybrid.
Would be
Yeah, but
more
he's
like a
talking about-
hybrid assist, probably.
no,
like-
There's so
He's-
many
he's-
different levels of
he's-
hybrid, and I could go into it all and bore
But he's
everyone
talking
to
in the
death.
terms of
But I'm
the
saying by
engines just
2025 there
providing-
will be a hybrid diesel
Okay.
from Ford.
I think the
Speaking
biggest
of new
question
trucks,
is what kind of oil is that going to take?
Shut up.
5W40.
You know what?
Rotella
You know what?
T6, man.
Hey, what kind of
No,
gears
I'm
are you
glad
going to be
I was
in?
talking to DS.
I'm glad that every guest has been on board with 5W40. You know,
It's the way of the
I
future.
think you got to try it. It's probably going to take a full synthetic.
Oh, Matt, that reminds
I
me.
wouldn't.
100%.
last week, Mark was on here, the dude I did that 2020 OCR, and I was not think I was telling you. Every time DS was saying 430 gears, dude was drinking his his
Moonshine.
apple pie moonshine.
Ooh, I got some of that in the fridge right now.
my.
And that's all the way from the
Well,
great hills of Tennessee.
Tennessee.
Tennessee. It's my
No.
other favorite state besides Texas.
Word.
I just drink contaminated water because it's all around this state.
Yeah, see, out here in Texas, we have fresh water that is under these huge reservoir basins across the whole state. We have good water down here.
Really?
We don't got that contaminated
awesome.
lead stuff or like you guys have.
Oh
man, I don't know. In Houston, that water is oof,
Well,
Tastes
from
like,
Houston,
tastes like some crawfish.
not good.
okay, I'm talking about like the nice places in Texas. So like not
Yeah,
the
the
big
nice
cities,
places.
Where all your exes are?
basically.
Oh, my exes live in Texas.
Look, all I'm saying is that the King Ranch truck is
It's a-
the most Texas truck you can get,
Yeah, it's a bad motherfucker, dude.
and I got one
Did-
sitting outside.
Dude,
And it's the
have-
white on tan, but it's not the white. It's the platinum white metallic trico.
Damn.
Did we have someone on here that was like going on about how people identify their trucks? Like, you'll
what's
never
that?
have a guy that has an XLT be like, yeah, I got an XLT. They're like, no, I got a Super Duty. But the XL to like skipping XLT, be like, yeah, I got a 2020 F350 Lariat Ultimate Edition with the chrome package. And then they always have to say what trim they have.
No, I got a peasant package.
That's just like someone with a Mustang, though. That gets a V6. They're not going to tell you that.
Right, yeah.
Hey, I mean,
Oh no, it's a 4-cylinder EcoBoost. They're not gonna be
But I have
walking
never
around saying,
met
"Oh,
someone
it's
with
an
a
EcoBoost."
limited Super Duty that didn't tell me it was a limited.
yeah, it's like, what kind of truck you got? Oh, I got a Platy.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's the best one.
No,
Like when you say Platy, I'm not saying it's literally the best one, but just the name.
see,
Platinum,
I love the
that's
platinums,
the most.
but I hate black interiors. It's
Oh,
just,
why do you hate black
it's
interiors?
too hot down here in Texas. When it's 120
Oh,
degrees
okay.
outside, with no cloud cover, and you get
Oh.
into
You better have that T6.
yeah.
Hey, you better have that T6. You better not be playing with no 10W30. It's not rated.
Yeah,
for
you
it.
get into 120-degree weather and you get into a truck with a black interior. I mean, the ACs works
Oh,
good,
boy.
the cooled seats work good, but it's a lot.
What
of
about
plastic
tenant?
to cool
What
down.
about tenant windows?
Tinted windows help, but anything past 90, it's just from 100 to 120, it's still hot. It don't
Damn.
matter.
I want
Okay,
a
so-
response from the people. Who
Who?
likes tinted windows? Who doesn't? Because I don't like
See, I
tinted
got
windows.
I got
I got sunglasses
5%
for
all the
that.
way around.
Damn.
Matt, you don't like tenant?
No, I can't stand tinted windows.
You can't
Why don't you
stand
like
the
tinted
tints?
windows?
You don't like the tints, Matt? What kind of tints
No.
do you got on your car?
Especially when you actually work
Go
your
easy
truck.
on them, man. Jeez.
Like if you actually work your truck, go try to plow at night with a tinted truck.
Nobody.
Good luck.
It's easy. You just plow with the windows down. Everybody does it.
Yeah, dude.
You roll the windows
What
down.
about
That's what I do.
the rear window?
Shoot them
I don't
down.
worry. I got a backup
don't know
camera.
what
Don't
a
worry about
plow
that.
is.
Backup camera. True. Yep.
Y'all bougie.
Do you see a lot
Yeah.
of Super Duties down there in the old Texas belt with the big old steer horns on them?
Yeah.
The guys put those on there? Come
Oh,
on,
hell
for
yeah.
real?
It's
No, they
alive and
don't.
well.
Come on,
I'm
man,
serious.
for real.
Is it
I'll
like a
send you a picture
requirement
off
to
the
put a
highway.
brush
You
guard
see
on?
it.
I want to see a picture of something with some horns on it, man. Come on.
Yeah, some guys they'll get a 350 or 450, put the big King Ranch bumpers on them, and they can't be black. If you have the tan stripe, you got to color match it, and they will clamp bull horns on the top of it instead of a bug deflector.
Oh, instead of the bug deflector. Oh, God.
Same principle, right?
I've seen people go with
collects it all.
2-inch self tappers right through the hood.
Wow. No
we-
kidding. Just for that horny look, huh?
Yeah, it's the oil
Gotta-
field, man.
No,
Wow.
you
It's
don't
the
wanna play
oil
ready
field.
for
Them
it.
dudes, huh? I got money to
Yeah.
blow.
There's not many women down there either, so.
Wow.
Hey,
They got like
buddy,
little
you're
armadillo
at
tails
home,
hanging off
why
the
don't
back
you
end
sit
too?
on my hood?
Wow. That's crazy, man.
Is it like a requirement that you have to put a brush guard on your truck too down there?
Cattle pusher.
Almost.
Paddle pusher.
It's like an unspoken law, but
Dude,
like
I hate working on things that have brush guards on them.
I forgot what podcast I was listening to, guys. You guys were talking about fuel, and you're like, "Oh yeah, $3 a gallon," and I'm like, "Damn, I filled up for $1.65 out here."
$1.65.
What?
And then fuel went up,
What?
and
was
now
it red or
fuel's like
green?
$1.95 a gallon, which is everyone bitches about that.
Dude, 260, 270 right now. I wouldn't be surprised if it was $3 a gallon right now.
Nah,
Dude,
Yeah, it
I
wouldn't
remember
surprise me
back in
one
the day
bit.
when it was like almost $5.
Matt, you're like, I can
Yeah.
barely hear you. don't
I
know
can
what
hear him.
happened.
Yeah, I can hear him too.
Barely hear
Oh,
me?
he sounds like really super quiet.
I'm not.
yeah, he's been
super
coming in and
quiet.
out for me.
Oh, has he?
Yeah. I don't know what's going on. I probably need to have.
Oh,
the
that
mic,
sounds
like,
good.
This close to my face. I
See,
don't like to
it's
have it
the
this
Apple
close because then
AirPods.
people can't see me talking, and
I mean, all I'm
Gallivanting.
saying is you guys got all these headphones and mic setups, and I'm out here just rocking the AirPods off the laptop, man.
Hell yeah,
Dude,
man.
you sound loud and clear too. You are
Yeah.
right, man. Those,
Damn
those
straight.
Apple products, man.
Wow.
It's at.
I'm all about quality.
Dude, I might get an
Fair.
iPhone now.
Look right here,
Not
quality.
just a little box. That's all it is.
Wow.
Right there.
Yeah, I might get a pair of an iPhone and some AirPods now.
Yeah, just get
He's
it.
using like half his Apple stuff right now. He's got the computer, got the iPod,
Wise man.
got the phone in
all
his
Wise man.
pocket. Damn.
Got Apple products and runs T6 540.
Now, have
Smart
you
man.
put any of those? Have you taken out like the infotainment screens in your Super Duties and put the Apple Pad
Nah.
dash kits?
No, that
That's too much.
I
too
have
much
a
for me.
friend that has done that, and that's how he runs his Easy Link to do all this tuning on
Oh, that's kind of
okay.
cool. If he's
See,
doing tuning right there, man.
For me, it's not worth it. Everyone kept telling me, "Oh, delete your truck," and I'm like, well, why? If the DPF system goes and it's not under warranty, I'll delete it. But until then,
All right,
nah.
so let me ask you this, because you travel all over the country, and you're legal. You're not deleted or nothing.
No,
What are the odds that somehow, some way, some law enforcement person is gonna look underneath your truck for a delete?
unlikely. But it's like with anything, if you piss them off, they're gonna find a reason to give you a ticket. And it hasn't
So
happened. I've heard.
if you are deleted, you get pulled over. Be nice as possible. Be like,
I haven't
like,
met anyone
let me-
personally, but I've heard that, not necessarily here in Texas, but like out you go towards Arizona, California, that if you piss off
Or
highway
New York.
patrol, they will look
New
under
York
your
where
truck.
things are strict. Yeah.
Texas
No,
is
just-
kind of
just-
like,
So
Just take the Powerstroke badges off your truck at that point. They're not going to know.
yeah,
They'll
but
just see
most of
this
them
big
have
old
caught
oil,
on,
it's not a
it's
diesel.
they might know. You never know, man.
When they see some big old 5-inch stovepipe
Ta-
stuffed under your
take the
truck.
take the Powerstroke sign off and turn off your truck. When they pull you over, just turn it off because
yeah,
it's running.
but when your whole
You know what I mean?
back bumper is all black with soot because you can't run a regular tune, you got to run the 200 horse shot, then they're like, I have a gas truck. People are stupid,
Dude, I
but
could
when it's
critique
all over
like
the internet,
Simple
they
with
get
your
that
tailpipe
stupid.
right
yeah,
now.
right. That's funny shit.
That's a good point, though. If at least if you took the badges off, that's at least another line of defense.
For me,
You know what I mean?
but I haven't had any issues. We've run the 6.7s, and especially my 6-liter. I had no issues with that truck until I had the 6-liter issues. But I mean, other than
But it's
batteries
getting
and alternators,
good MPG and everything.
yeah, in the city, I get about 15 and a half. In my truck,
wow.
just driving it around on the highway, I'll get about 18 and a half. I hook anything to it, it's 11. No matter what it is, 11.
Wow.
No matter if it's the utility trailer with a car on it, or I put the fifth wheel on it, and at 17,000 pounds, it's 11, maybe 11 and a half if the wind's pushing, but it gets good mileage, and it's a stock truck. It
Right, and
just
then too,
runs good.
That's good.
once you do a delete, you're gonna spend a couple grand anyway. So why would you? You know what I mean?
But it's never
That's
going to be the
why
same
you
because you
never
have to tune it.
justify that.
Yeah, you got to.
I mean,
I couldn't justify getting a brand new truck and deleting it right away. It's like I just
Yeah,
spent
you
money.
gotta-
oh,
you know,
here
when I
in
take this stuff
Texas,
off.
guys will have their emissions fall off at 5 miles. And then,
Wow.
you know, they're, the 6.7, the Ford sucks. I threw a rod at 25,000 miles. Well, yeah, because you're running a ton of tuning and they're not designed for you to go get 2,000 horsepower out of a stock block. Like, everyone wants to build a race truck, but no one ever wants to pull the motor out and get a billet block. You know, like, I come from a long line of mechanics, and I grew up building race engines for drag cars, and it's no one wants to spend the money to do them right. I mean, like, you can look, I'm sitting in my shop, we got everything
you know your stuff,
here,
man.
like,
Oh,
yeah, we got.
Yeah, you know your shit, man. So.
no,
I've built a couple
always
race
have
jet
found it,
skis, you know, and like,
interesting that Dodge and Cummins guys will be quick to jump down Ford guys' throats. They're like, well, that truck doesn't make enough power. This doesn't do that. And you're looking at them, you're like,
hates Ford. And you know what I tell them? I'm like, okay, when you're dying and that ambulance comes, you ain't going to get in it because it has a Ford logo. Nah, F you. When was the last time you see an upfit that wasn't Ford? I rest my case. I mean, everyone.
Ford making the world's
6.7s.
commerce going around with the 6.7 bucket
Oh,
truck, garbage truck, ambulance, tow truck, you name it. If you see
I
that
have a
Ford
buddy
emblem on there, it's
I
gonna have
have
a
a buddy
6.7.
that runs an ambulance fleet, and they have 6.7s pushing 900,000 miles on it.
Deleted
and they're
or
with emissions.
wow.
When you say
NOx
running
sensors in them,
when
but,
you
know.
say when you say running a ambulance fleet, do you mean he's like in the maintenance side, or he's
No, he's a
what's he
fleet
doing?
manager.
He's a fleet
So
manager.
I mean,
so how does he maintain? Do you know how he maintains the fleet as far as
yeah,
like,
I have it. I
is
have
it
it
just
right
minimum?
here. Actually, I'll text it over to Aaron. I built a list
Dude,
on my phone.
how do we get him on the podcast? See, ask him if he'll come on the
Sean
podcast.
just wants to know what oil he's using.
430 gears.
You,
Damn,
you know what he's
drink.
using?
I need something to drink. Shit.
What's he using?
Rotella
What's he using?
C6.
Wow.
5W40. They're using it in fleet applications.
I would like to have him on. I would like to see if he would have come onto the podcast, if that's okay with you, Aaron.
I mean, because
Dude,
look, so this is what it is.
I don't know how much.
I need security
how many
clearance.
fleet guys
We got to
are
do
really
security
gonna,
clearance.
How many fleet
Well,
guys
there's
are gonna
one
go out
good
and
one.
buy Motorcraft oil in bulk?
There's
not.
There's one good one. No. We're talking about Shell Rotella.
They buy
not
T6 in
Motorcraft.
55-gallon drums.
No, but that's
Damn.
my point. How many aftermarket fleet guys are going to buy Motorcraft oil when they service all makes and models?
None.
They could get T6.
Literally
Why
none.
would they get
None.
Okay, here. Let me break it down for you guys. So
That's
this
the
is what
point
they
I'm
do on the
getting at.
mechanical
I don't
side.
think. I don't.
Here.
I don't think.
I want to break it down so the people know and the mechanics can question it and complain. But every 5 to 10,000 miles or 300 hours, you change the oil. When you change the oil, you put a cabin filter and you use the rotunda test strips and you check the coolant. If needed, you can add the VC12, perform a multi-point inspection, and you grease the front axle if equipped, if it's a four-wheel drive truck, and you check the air filter. If you don't replace the air filter, you always replace it on the second oil change, which is every 15,000 miles or 5 to 600 engine hours. You do a fuel filter, air filter change, and everything above. Then every 50,000 or 2,000, you're going to do a primary and secondary coolant drain and fill. You don't do a flush because the 6.7 flushes are a pain in the ass.
Yep.
And if you do them, then you got to like crimp this line. It takes like 8 hours,
Yeah,
even
fuck
on
that.
the lift. Okay. And then what they do, because they used to run 6 liters, they replace the primary and secondary caps because those caps are PSI rated, and a $9 cap versus you having to put a water pump in your truck is a hell of a lot cheaper. And then every because if you had a 6 liter, you know that on that degas bottle, if you didn't have a good cap, your truck wasn't going to cool as efficiently at pressure or with not pressure.
Yeah.
And then every
he's not doing that for 6.7s.
Yeah,
Or is
this
he
is the fleet for how they manage 6.7 fleets. Then
this guy really has his stuff
and then
down.
And then I've added stuff to it. I had to figure out the miles because they do everything based on hours. I kind of do both. But every 100,000 or what's it called? 4,500 to 5,000 engine hours, you're going to change the front and rear diff oil. You're going to do the transfer case. And you're
Damn.
going to add the friction modifier if equipped, if you have a limited slip rear axle. Change the transfer case, do the tranny and filter. Then you're going to do the crankcase, the VCV whatever filter, and you're going to put a belt on it.
Damn.
You're going to put an accessory drive
Wow,
belt.
he's got it down.
And this
He's got it down to a
was
science.
approved because I called old Bill Hewitt out there in Beaufort, Georgia, and this is almost the same what they consult for the ambulance fleets in Atlanta, and that's what they run.
How did you talk to him personally?
So
Yeah, talk to Hewitt on the
You know-
phone.
How did you get a hold of him?
I called and I had a question, and the
Did he
guy I
call
was
you back
talking
or
to, no, the guy I was talking to had to go, and Bill picked up the phone.
Get out of here.
Just at a chance.
Wow.
Said, yeah, that's what they run. Keep them stock,
No
and
kidding.
it's
but you know the fleet guy.
yeah.
You know, I wonder what kind of software he runs to keep track of like all that.
That I
maintenance.
don't know. I think it's based on air.
That's a lot
I
of.
think they still do it old school. Every time the truck comes in,
Yeah.
they write down the engine hours.
I'll be
Must.
very curious of how they do that, because if it's old school, then anybody could probably do it. Like we could probably do something like
Well,
that.
that's
a
what
lot
I
of
do. I just
fleets
check the
just
engine
have
hours
a
on my truck.
They just have like a PM
Yeah.
sticker that they'll stick
Yeah.
on the inside of the door or whatever, and they'll write down the mileage and the date, and the guys have their sheet that tells them what to do at whatever
Yeah.
mileage.
Yep.
So has he had like no turbo failures or something? Like what's his
no,
claim?
you've had a couple turbo
he still has-
failures. You're still gonna have to
still
put
has a
heads
couple.
on them, but it eliminates most of the human error because your
Oh.
truck's been currently serviced. Like if a turbo's gonna go, turbo's gonna go. I mean, if you're gonna blow an EGR
Right.
cooler, it's gonna go.
Absolutely.
If a knock sensor is
Yeah.
gonna go, knock sensors will go at 100,000 miles or 10 miles. It just depends. Even
Yeah.
you go through injectors or whatever, but they all have simple things turned on, like the operated commanded regen, and
Yep.
when it gets full and you're sitting, click it over.
Yep.
But I think it's different with cabin chassis. I'm not 100% sure. But with
Click what
mine,
over? What do you mean?
I mean,
Like
put it in park and hold the button so it'll do the regen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
oh, we don't have that. So that must be cabin chassis.
No,
That'd be nice to have.
don't you put your
We-
truck
we
in
have a-
park and then you
we-
hold the button. If manual save, hold it again, and then they'll rev it up 2 grand, kick the fan on.
Oh,
Yeah,
you
it's
mean
cab
you mean the like you can go through the infotainment screen and do it if you have operator command regen
Yeah, that's
turned
what I'm
on?
talking about.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah.
But
yeah.
the only difference, I think they can enable it no matter what it is. If it's
Yeah.
not full,
That's
or
what we
not.
need.
Yeah.
We need to figure out if there's any
Well,
kind of way we can put that on
there
our
is.
trucks.
You
We
can
went
do it
over
on
this.
Forescan. But here's what I found out, and I don't know if it's true. That if you enable OCR on Forescan, you have an option to deselect auto regeneration.
Yeah. You can do that with
we can't-
FDRS too.
Well, I was said that if it's not a cabin chassis and if you deselect it, then Ford doesn't honor any emissions related components. Because
Well,
it
I
is
don't
not
need to
approved
deselect-
for.
Probably.
I don't
over
need to
the-
deselect
It's like
that.
a technicality.
Well, the thing is, I can keep that. I just want to be able to do like a regen at anything over. I can only do a regen if I hit
At
100%.
Right, same
Yeah.
here.
So if I can turn it on to where I can do a regen at 90% or 80%, that'd be cool.
Yeah, but I mean, for me, it's if I know it's getting full, I'll go drive it 20, 30 miles. It does the regen. If I don't want to drive it, I go to a parking lot by my house, like a Walmart or something, just click it over 35, 40 minutes, it's done. But
Yeah.
I
Well,
drive
one
my
thing-
truck enough on the highway that it really doesn't
Yeah.
matter.
Yeah, I feel you. Yeah, it really all depends on how you drive it. If you're doing short trips like me, then we're gonna have to worry
mean-
about the DPF filling up quicker. But
Yeah, even if it gets to 100 and then it only gets down to 70, because how I found about the OCR, I got my truck stuck in a regen loop between like 190, and it threw a check engine light. I took it to the dealer. They said there is nothing they could do. That I need to drive the truck, Then again, went on the internet and there's this thing called OCR. Went back to the dealer. They told me I couldn't turn it on. Drove an
They're
hour
so
to
dumb.
another dealer.
They're so
And they're like,
dumb.
oh yeah. It was like at the end of the day, the mechanic was like, you give me $30 under the table, I'll plug in your truck to the computer right now and do it for you.
That's
Hey.
awesome.
Here's one thing that I found is like if you do an operator command regen, that DPF might be hot enough for the rest of the day to not build nothing up.
Yeah, because like mine, it'll say 0,
And
but I
it'll
know
stay-
if you plug it in, yeah, it'll stay at 0 for maybe about 70, 100 miles, and then it'll
Yeah.
go up to like 10.
Yeah, if it's gotten, for me, if I've done a regen, I've never really done a regen
No.
and drove over 100 miles, but I've driven for like
No, I
30,
have
40
figured
minutes.
this out. It was one of my things, like, it was my OCD kicking in that, like, I want to know what's going on. See, coming from like the fleet side of 18 wheelers, they do passive regens all the time. Theirs never get full. They'll go drive 10,000 miles. And as long as they're not idling it overnight, it won't get past 70% to kick a static regen or a parked regen. They just keep the floating between like 30 and 55, 60%. Our trucks only go from 0 to full regen. Why is that? From what I
don't know.
understand, it's Bendix that makes almost every filter for every diesel after 2010. And in the big trucks, it was after 08. So it's like, is it just Ford doing it? See, like, I would love to talk to a Ford engineer and be like, listen, answer my
Ditto.
questions and why did you do this? And this is why I think it's stupid.
That would be awesome
you
to
know.
get an engineer on here.
Yeah, talk to an engineer and be like, why is this? You know, like,
Well, it just seems like if you know you're going to go for a long enough drive, it's beneficial for it to just get hot enough to just stay low. Like,
yeah, the
It
best
doesn't-
thing to do, the trucks are designed to get out and run. The
Yeah.
people that go back and forth, you know, a mile or 2 mile there, I tell people, if you're not going to drive and you're not going to tow, don't get a diesel because it's not worth it.
yeah,
There's so much maintenance that you're going to think the truck's a hassle,
yeah,
which is what a lot of people live. But if you're going to tow and you want to do your maintenance, that's fine. You know, everyone's like, oh, it's expensive. The dealer wants to charge me an hour and a half of labor for a full service. And I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. The
Yeah.
one thing I always, and I
it's
hate to
like
sound like a-
$120 an hour
I
for
hate
labor.
to sound like a dick when I say it, but if you can't afford the big maintenance bill, you can't afford the big diesel truck.
You know,
That's right,
but
man.
coming from rigs, when I changed the oil in those, it's $400. So that I went to the dealer, and when I first got the truck, they're like, "Oh, it's $160 for an oil change." I'm like, "Oh, that's cheap." But
How
like
much
where I'm coming
oil?
from,
How much oil do those bigger trucks take?
25 quarts, depending on
Damn.
the model.
Yeah, you're not really
Yeah.
talking about quarts at that point. You're talking about gallons.
Yeah, but
Like, yeah,
because we run Volvos with the Volvo D13 engine or the VED 13, everything is,
how many liters is that?
I want to say 14 liter, 14.5 maybe,
Yeah.
something like that.
Damn.
Yeah,
Yeah, something like that. Don't quote me on it, but yeah, I mean, it's maintenance costs is there. Everyone complains about, you know, like the thing is, I'm young. You know, me and my pops, we're 50-50 partners in our trucking company. When I turned 18, he gave me the option. He's like, hey, you can either move out, go to college, or help me run the company.
That's
And I chose
awesome.
go to college and help run the company. And I have a couple of trucks of my own. And then I have my own business and I'm leased to him. For those that know about trucking, you know, I have my own company that I lease to his company, but I'm also a 50% partner on his company.
That's cool.
So, you know, I go to school. I'm working on my second bachelor's right now. And it's
Good
just,
for you. Good for you, man.
Yeah.
That's
But
awesome.
Everyone bitches because like I was 17 years old, right? Filling up my 6 liter and I had a 100-gallon tank. I'd go to the pump and spend, you know, $200, $250. They're like, oh, how can you afford to drive that? I'm like, it's paid for. And it was like, oh, I go, yeah, you don't understand. If I'm not driving on the highway, 120, 130 gallons is gonna last me a month and a half.
Right. Yeah.
But if I go out of town, I can go to California and back and never have to get fuel until I'm like on the other side of Phoenix, almost to Tucson, you know, where fuel's cheap. Stay out of communist California. But
Right.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
you know, or go here. It's now when I got this truck, I sold my tank, but it's got a 48-gallon tank and not towing anything. I can push 750 miles on it.
Did you go with the Titan tank or do you have a in-bed tank?
No, I went with an in-bed tank. I don't know what brand it is. It's from Tractor Supply. The 100-gallon tank, the one with a toolbox on it.
Yeah, it's just like gravity fed. You poke a hole through the bed into the filler neck.
No, I had a pump. I had a regular pump, and I would just out of the bed into the tank because
What kind of tank you got on your Super Duty?
Like a
right now,
yeah,
no, I just use a
fill up
factory
rigs.
tank in it.
That's the factory tank that
Yeah.
came with it, or is it?
No, factory 48-gallon tank.
Oh, okay.
But
Oh,
it's
yeah.
big enough that I don't have an issue with it. You know, like it's.
You can really get a 48-gallon tank from the factory.
I think I have a 48-gallon
Damn.
tank.
Yeah,
Gee,
if you have an 8-foot bed, you get a 48-gallon tank.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I got
Yeah.
an 8-foot.
Damn.
Yeah, I call my truck the Lanyard because it's a 250, 4-door, long bed, King Ranch, but it's got the baby gears. It's got the 331s in it. So I call it the
Great for
Lanyard.
mileage.
Yeah.
Great for mileage, man.
Hmm. But I
Wow.
want to
And it
get
probably
one with
feels-
a 355s.
That's what mine
It
has.
probably feels.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wonder what feels better, like a 355 or a 331.
355.
Feels better.
355, I think, with the 10-speed,
Yeah.
because then it's going to drive like it's got lower gears in it. Because I don't know. I haven't driven a 10-speed truck, but from what I understand, they skip gears.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
it doesn't go 1 through 10.
no,
It'll go
it-
like 2, 6,
those-
7, 8, 10, you know, or
Yeah,
whatever the computer thinks.
Yeah, yeah.
1, 3, 5,
Yeah.
6, 7,
And
8, 9,
speaking
10.
of that-
It's an 8-speed more than anything.
Yeah.
When do
I
you
can-
guys think Ford's gonna bring the new F-150 interior to the Super Duties? Because
Probably
I'm
a
looking
couple
at
years.
getting a new truck, but
Couple
Uh,
years
it's
for
gonna
sure.
be-
21 or
It could. I
The
mean, we don't know.
The way Ford does things, they're probably going to go 2 more years. with the new
Well,
body style.
what was it? What did it do last
2025
time?
will be a redesign.
What did it do last time? Like, how many years behind was it in 7? The 150 came out in
5,
15.
yeah, 15, and then they made it in 17, so 2 model years.
Yeah. They might not do that again, though. I don't know. You know what I mean?
That's why we need to find a Ford engineer so they can answer all our questions, and we can be the only podcast that has answers.
That's
I
right.
don't know.
Yeah, but I don't
I'm
know if
working
he-
on that.
I don't know if
Fast-lane
he'd have
truck's
to
gonna
be-
come flying in out of nowhere and be like, only we
I don't
got
know
it.
if he'd have to be in
Some
secret,
higher
though.
ups gonna have, you know, they're gonna get fired for spilling
Well,
secrets,
We'll have him like voice disguised and blacked out and everything.
or just say we have an unofficial letter from someone within the motorcraft company, and
Yeah.
we have all signed NDAs that we do not know where this came from. That's how you do it.
Like
We
it.
don't know, wink, wink, but this might happen.
But this might happen.
Because they must know. They must have it all planned out.
Oh,
Of
dude,
course,
they have
you
that
know.
stuff. The technology that comes out today, they've been working on for 5, 7 years.
Exactly. It's like when the Ford Bronco came out, how many for it was like 5 years that kept saying it was going to come out.
Oh, I know.
Which
Speaking of that, I'm
not
still waiting
impressed.
on mine. I still ordered mine, and I'm waiting
ordered
for it
one?
to show up. I ordered one.
I'm not
Well,
impressed.
okay. I put $1,000 deposit, and
Oh,
I'm
you did
waiting
that?
for them to call my number.
Oh, you put
Did you
that,
go with
yeah.
a Bronco or a Bronco Sport?
I went with a Bronco, the 4-door.
So
Oh,
you
yeah.
probably won't see that until, it depends when you ordered. You probably won't see it until mid this year or as late as 2023.
Yeah, I'm probably going to cancel that and go get a new 2021, order a 2021 Super Duty.
Word.
Yeah.
I think that would be a great pickup discussion for next time. Talking about, the new 21s. I got a couple of comments and inquiries about some lighting and some other features that the 21s are going to have that the 20s don't, and so forth. So
We'll have to talk about the 2021 Econo line and
Ooh.
650 and 750 redesigned with, because those things are pretty nice on the inside now.
We got some good stuff.
If I had the
if
money, I'd get a 750 just because, and then put a flatbed on it, like a
Hell
12-foot
yeah.
flatbed.
Hell yeah. That'd be awesome. I like to see
I'm
all
just
different
for the wine.
configurations
I'm carting around town in a 450.
on Super Duties.
You know.
See,
That's-
I don't know about that. The drivability with the 430s in it.
Big boy.
Yeah, you know, it's it doesn't drive bad. It just doesn't drive as aggressive. You know what I mean? Like a 355, it's
Yeah,
aggressive.
but does your truck have a 10-speed in
A
it?
430.
Or-
Yeah.
got a
I'm
10
sure
speed.
that helps over the 6.
A little bit, not a whole lot, not a whole lot. It's real low. Like the first gear is real low. And then the 10th is not that much overdrive like you would think.
No, the ratios are pretty dang
They're pretty
close,
close.
but you don't really
Pretty
notice
dang
the
close.
difference between the
Yeah.
6-speed.
Yeah,
It
except
just
I
keeps
think
it in, I guess you could say, the power band, so to
I
speak.
think their
longer.
first is pretty. I think their first might be a bit lower.
Because I know the 10-speeds are getting great fuel mileage. Because
Yeah.
Aaron, when he posted that video, he's like, "Oh, I was getting close to like 20-something miles to the gallon." I was like, "Damn."
That was on the
I-
freeway though, so
I
That's
think
what I drive, and I'm only over here at 18.
dang, gotta get you
I-
that new boy, man.
I think
I
those
know.
430s, man, I'll never really see that great of MPG on the highway. Because
I think everybody. Ooh, I got a hole in my shirt. I think everybody should tell us. If anybody's watching that has a Powerstroke or listening, tell us in the comment section if you have a 2020 or if you're rocking some 18s like Julian here. What's your experience with them? Do you like it? Do you have a 17, an 18, 19? And or a 20, so you got one of each. Which do you like to use? I think that would be a good discussion for next time. And some of the stuff Matt was talking about, with the new redesign coming up for some of the other models. But I want to give a big shout out and thanks to Julian for joining us. I'd love to have you on again, talk more Power Strokes. Matt, DS, Ryan, thank you once again. Make sure to hit my email up in the top if ever anybody wants to get in the queue, talk about what you guys just saw on the podcast. If you want to add something, tell us what you like, what you didn't dislike, what you liked and disliked. And make sure to reach out to these bozos on their Instagrams and social medias, and make sure to poke fun at their 430 gears and oil dislikes. Well, thank you so
P6
much.
all the way.
And we'll catch you
Don't-
guys later. Stop recording.